Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As you see right here, a lot going down since last week. After Heyman Adam Page joined the Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and John Moxley in the Blackpool Combat Club. We'll get to that coming up. It's a lot going on tonight. And tonight, when I mean a lot going on, we gonna hit non-stop as you see right here. This is the lineup right here as we showed you. Adam Cole, um, he returned this week. Well, everyone's anticipating this right here. Even Coley, one of the ex-founders of AEW, he's looking forward to seeing this match. Ken Omega versus ED Non Dragonoff. The match that everyone wanted to see 2 years ago will happen. It will happen tonight. Plus two, John Moxley takes on Stu Grayson 1-on-1. Stu Grayson returning from last week after he was that surprise. Stu Grayson coming back to show up the way he did from last week when Stu Grayson came out there last week and it was a big night. I think this was the scene from that last week. Also, too, another match that everyone's been raving about the Icon Sting will team up with Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. Orange Cassidy, international champion, to take on Kip Sabian and the Butcher and the Blade in a trios match. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Well, we're gonna kick things off with this. This was the beginning from Dynamite. One of the Young Bucks injured, so they had to take the Young Bucks to the hospital. And the Young Bucks, you see Heyman Adam Page a little bit distressed on the fact that what had happened. You know, Adam Page wants to get to the bottom of it and see what he has to do and what's going on. He went with the Young Bucks, but we'll tell you a little bit later on in the show what went down with the Bucks and Page trying to know what's next for him. Well, we kicked off Dynamite with this. The Stinger returned back to TBS on his birthday. Sting celebrating his 64th birthday. The Stinger teaming up with the international champion Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin to take on the team of Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade. Well, the Stinger came out there and the Stinger delivered, getting the pin. The birthday boy Sting getting the win over Kip Sabian. Sting over the fact Sting getting over. And one way by Sting. You ain't got to worry about Stinger getting over what he did and the way he sounded tonight for Sting. So Sting getting that win, the Sting only does. So hey, you know how that be. Also, too, we know that the Guns, the two tag team champions, teaming up against taking on Top Flight for the World Tag Team titles. The Guns trying to be credible challengers and stuff. Well, the Guns won their match, but uh, the Guns challenged FTR. FTR won a shot of those tag team titles the way they do, and FTR gave them an ultimatum, saying if they don't win the tag team championships, they will leave AEW. So the FTR saying they will go, move on to higher pastures, and they will move on. They're gonna put out that ultimatum. We don't know when that will be. Um, Either next week or sometime down the road. The Guns take on FTR for the World Tag Team titles. If FTR doesn't win the tag team titles, they must quit AEW. So we'll see how that's gonna play out eventually down the road. Also, too, Hook taking on Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway with his Black Panther outfit, taking on the handsome cold devil Hook. And Hook wasn't gonna be denied. And I tell you that right now about Hook, he was not gonna be denied. Hook got the win over Stokey, pinning Stokey Hathaway 1, 2, 3. The handsome cold devil Hook wins again. So Hook won his match over Stokey Hathaway. Stokey Hathaway didn't even put up a fight, if you ask me. Plus two. Um, Adam Cole, baby, return. Adam Cole return. Adam Cole returned, and he got a confrontation, confronted Daniel Garcia confronted Adam Cole. These two men likely going to have a match next week. So Adam Cole will take on Daniel Garcia one on one. So Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole will meet in Adam Cole's first first match back since last year. As Cole had that injury. Adam Cole look forward to get back in this action once again. So we'll see Adam Cole in the ring. Also, too, um, Kenny Omega and Don Callis having their talk. Kenny Omega kind of listen to Don Callis, but we'll learn a little bit later on in the show. Don Callis may be trying to drive a wedge between Kenny Omega and Hangman Page to reunite. If you can recall, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page are former AEW Tag Team Champions, and they were an impressive tag team. Makeshift tag team, real impressive. And maybe Don Callis don't want Kenny Omega to be with Hangman Page, but we'll tell you a little bit later what's going on with that. Also, too, John Moxley, the former AEW champion, taking on Stu Grayson. There was a match built on nutrition, if you ask me. A pound for pound match between these two guys that's similar. Well, look like Moxley with his new heel faction, and he is turning around. Moxley tearing down the walls, beating down Stu Grayson. It's like the Dark Order don't have a chance against this team, this faction. I think ever since they left Regal, they have been more stronger and more vicious than never before. And you can tell with the Blackpool Combat Club, it's like the only thing is strength against numbers for them. But that's what I know about the Blackpool Combat Club. They are getting more vicious, more sick and determined than ever before. And their feud with the elite kind of garners that. And so it helps them get a big edge, if you ask me. The Blackpool Combat Club will tell you a little bit later on what they done, a little bit later on in the show as well, on what they down. Also, too, the Outcast Tony Storm takes on Sky Blue. We know Tony Storm, a former AEW Women's Champion, along with Paige, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. These women are really vicious and dangerous as well. Everyone coming from the outside WWE getting more vicious and dangerous, leaving WWE with a new edge, a new determination. Well, Tony Storm tried to do that tonight when she attacked Sky Blue and beat her down right here, knocking Sky Blue out until Riho came out there to help with the save. Riho helping Sky Blue, coming to Sky Blue's aid. Riho wants a piece of the Outcast, and we know the Outcast women. Riho did that last week, as you see right here. Riho came to help the aid of Jamie Hayter, the women's champion, and Dr. Britt Baker. She wants a piece of the Outcast. She be having that stick out knowing she wants a piece. And I say this about Riho. Riho is that. She's the real deal. And hopefully with Riho, she gets her hands on you know who down the road. So hey, I look forward to seeing that stuff. This is what also I was talking about right here. I meant to say Hook had took Stokely Hathaway to sleep right here. We meant to show you this picture. Stokely Hathaway lost to Hook. Hook with that move again. I'm gonna have to watch it again over to see. So hey, we'll see that as well. Also, too, um, Dr. Ricky Starks came out there. Ricky Starks put up a challenge that he wants Juice Robinson, and he wants Juice Robinson bad. Ricky Starks wants to get his hands on Juice Robinson, and the only way Ricky Starks can is he called out Juice Robinson after what Juice had done to him last week. Many of you may recall Juice Robinson came out of nowhere and attacked Ricky Starks, laid out Ricky Starks. If we can find that picture right quick on what he did to Ricky Starks, laid out Ricky Starks, laid him out, um, and stuff. If we can find it. Now that's MJF and stuff. Um, well, we thought we had it, but eventually wasn't the case. But We kind of know that Ricky Starks called out um, Juice Robinson, and Juice has not accepted. Maybe Juice's wife, Tony Storm, could refer, refresh reference to her husband. Hey, Ricky Starks calling you out. So hey, make that call. No, that be. So we'll see. Speaking of that, another edition of QT TV. QT Marshall doing the same thing. What he's talking about hooks. Powerhouse Hobb, his first title defense on Rampage, defended the championship. Warlow has not been nowhere in sight, so we don't know what's going on. We told you last week that they trying to parody TMZ with this TMZ stuff, so it's just getting more weirder and weirder as we go. So hey, they're getting crazier and crazier each week. So hey, we'll see on that. But it's kind of a good, but you know how that be heading forward and stuff. Also, too, what's the match that everyone been talking about right here? This is the match that even Cody, he's watching. He's watching this. Kenny Omega versus ED Dragonoff. Cody Rhodes from WWE. He's working at AEW. He'll come back eventually someday. You know how that be. He try to get his tired aspirations in WWE and then want to come back, get his tired aspirations in AEW. You know how that be. Cody is played, he's already playing himself. Well, Ken Omega taking on the man that he wants to go against, E Dog Dragonoff. We told you Cody wants to see this match himself. Um, the match was just that more lucha libre style in the match. From a marketing point of view, that everyone wanted to see and stuff, but hey, it was. But at the end was this. Blackpool Combat Club came out and attacked Kenny Omega, left Kenny Omega high for dead until Heyman came out there to make the save. Heyman came out to save him with that two by stick, like Janice with the bitch used to do. Until Don Callis got in the middle of the ring trying to say he got hit by Heyman Page. Heyman Page saying he did not try to hit Don Callis. Don Callis is trying to be play fake. And Don Callis tried to put a wedge between Omega and Heyman. It eventually it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. Heyman is just that. But Don Callis trying to put a wedge between the side, and it's not gonna work for Don Callis. I tell you that right now. So for that. So that for next week, we know this is gonna happen. Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia will meet next week, 1-on-1. So this was a match for Adam Cole's return back to the ring, as well as Powerhouse Hobbs take on Pinto Zero Mira on Rampage this Saturday. So a lot of matches going, a lot of stuff gonna happen on Rampage this Saturday. The Acclaim take on the Kingdom. Buddy Brody King takes on Jake Hay. The later Gray takes on Tyre Valkyrie, and we'll hear from Ricky Starks. So there's a lot going on. We'll have to wait and see on that how that's gonna go. So that gonna end the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We're gonna move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. They try to do a fun fact. They try to cover CM Punk on the production truck. I don't know if CM Punk part of the production truck or what. A lot of people are saying like, look what they did. I mean, to me, they need to have it like the Elite go against CM Punk and FTR. That's the match right there. All of them had problems. CM Punk had problems with all three of them. So try to make money out there. I don't get that. It's just I don't want to work with him because he done me wrong. Put your differences aside and try to work together. But they say put your differences out there. They can't do that. You know how that be. So hey, you know how it is. And tonight, Alexa Bliss was found out to be this, I don't know, this animal or something like that. Alexa Bliss, she's the animal from the Masked Singer. So Alexa Bliss was on the Masked Singer tonight on Fox. Yeah, I guess they got to do that partnership since SmackDown's on Fox. It's been about 4 years now. So hey, you gotta keep that partnership going. So hey, you know how that be and how that is. So hey, you know what that be. All right. That's gonna do it for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We'll see you this Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report. We're inching minutes away to the March to WrestleMania next week. March to WrestleMania week on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're gonna kick off with this Pro Wrestling Show Raw Ring Report throughout until we get to predict the outcome for night one and night two of WrestleMania. But we're gonna leave you with this image right here. Kenny Omega torn between the two. He don't even know what's going on, and Don Callis is not telling the truth. So for me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you this Friday for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. See you then.